Jake Gardner and his brother Max were wrestling when Max strangled him.
Coroner's report?
The cause of death was manual asphyxiation, an accident.
Max Gardner is a bully and a troublemaker, but we have no real evidence that paints him as a murderer.
It's right at the end of the tape. He cries for 3 minutes and then just drops the act.
What happened was an accident. None of this bullshit is going to bring him back.
She's in denial.
She's a grieving mother.
I reckon she'll crack if we really push her.
No. Sorry to keep you waiting, Sean.
Ella admitted to me that Jake was goading Max the day that he was killed. She said that Jake had been teasing him, telling him he was a bastard. He said Max wasn't a true blood, and then Ella said that she warned Jake to stop telling.
So they all knew Max wasn't your child?
Yeah.
I haven't got Ella to sign this as a statement yet.
Yeah, well, I don't think she'll retract this time. She feels safer without Max around.
Do you think the defence will use this to argue provocation?
If it was all an accident argument falls flat, they might. But on the other hand, we could use it for arguing motive and therefore show intent. But to do so, we'd have to prove that Jake's conduct induced Max to lose his self-control.
Do you believe me now? Now that Virginia's been in, do you believe me?
How much more does she want? Poor bastards, look at them.
Nothing ages a person like a jaunt through our criminal justice system.
Sean really came through with the goods, though. Talking to Ella, her new statement's very compelling.
Do you have children, Dylan?
Only in Artis Arbor Bar. It's a strictly charitable relationship.
None of us would have to do this if we were in Norway. The legal age for prosecution there is 15.
It seems a bit too far the other way.
Is it?
Oh, darling. Darling, it's all right. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. You better... You go with the lady.
No!
Max. No! Max, please, darling, go with the lady.
Max, Max, listen to me.
Just go with the lady.
Shh, come on.
Darling.
Come on.
It's all right, darling. Max? I love you.
Are you Mrs. Virginia Gardner of 168A Levick Street, East Gardens?
Yes.
And could you please state your occupation for the court, Mrs. Gardner?
Mother.
Are you the biological mother of Max, Jake, and Ella Gardner?
Yes.
You've made 2 statements to the police, correct? Mrs. Gardner,
Yes.
you've read both statements and you wish to rely on your second statement, is that right? The contents of your second statement are true and correct. Mrs. Gardner, are the contents of your second statement true and correct?
Please answer the Crown's question, Mrs. Gardner. Was that an answer? Mrs. Gardner, you will answer the Crown's question.
I can't.
Why not?
I'm his mother.
Your Honour must consider that Mrs. Gardner, as Max's mother, is not compellable to give evidence in criminal proceedings.
Did you tell Mrs. Gardner her rights prior to entering this courtroom?
Yes, Your Honour.
Any objection concerning compellability must be made before the witness gives evidence, or as soon as practicable once the witness is aware of the right to object.
Yes, Your Honour, but Section 18 of the
Don't
Evidence Act
Section
clearly
18 me, Mrs. Warden. That witness knew what she agreed to, and she has waited until now to disrupt my court. My duty is to ensure the interests of all parties are met at this hearing.
Your Honour, I am, to say the least, frustrated that you will not let the witness
She will remain
claim.
where she is, and she will give her evidence to the court.
Mummy! I love you.
Mr.
Thanks,
Gardner,
darling.
please be quiet.
Mummy, please.
Mr. Gardner, please be quiet.
It's all right.
Your Honour cannot force Mrs. Gardner to give evidence. It's unconscionable and it's unfair to the witness.
Janet.
The Crown is in agreement with the defence over this issue.
Leave my mummy alone! Max, I want to go home! Max, I'm coming.
Mrs. Gardner, remain in the witness box.
I want to go home now!
I'm coming. Excuse me. Please let me pass.
Mummy! Get out of my way! Max!
This is an assault and contempt of court.
Virginia, please.
Max! Please!
Sorry, Dad.
Sorry.
Don't pull me!
Please.
Let her go! Max!
No,
let
sorry.
her go!
Sorry.
Let her go! Max!
Matter is adjourned for 1 hour.
Let her go!